If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. And that same way, faith without action isn't faith at all. It's just mere wishing, mere dreaming. You can tell a man who a man is by the fruits that he bears, because habits are linked to purpose, and your habits are your fruits. Everything you do is linked to something within you. You always have a why. There's always something pushing you towards this. And that why is faith residing within your purpose. And so whenever you don't align your purpose and your faith with action, you're simply just wishing. You're throwing coins in a wishing well. You're praying, you're hoping, you're wishing for a genie, for a Dragon Ball or something. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I link faith and purpose is because if you believe that you can be somebody better than yourself as of now, then that's not only purpose, you have purpose in going to being that better person, but you also have faith that you can become that person. You believe that you can become that, and that's why you put action towards that. And if you don't put action towards that, then you'll only get worse. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Simple as that. And this just links back to what I've been saying about every choice being a vote to your identity. And all those choices strengthen your identity through habit. And so whenever you don't align habit and choice with purpose, you're instantly corrupting yourself. You're becoming worse off than you were, because you're strengthening yourself, saying that maybe I am the comfortable person who's just going to be a B-worder, instead of being that purposeful person that I know I can, instead of living within my potential, having faith that I am going to be better and I can become a better person. For example, I'll just take somebody like Michael Jordan, somebody who expects greatness out of himself in every way. You see, he has faith that he can become great, and he can be that great person at all times. You see this when, all his teammates hate him because he's too competitive in practice, or he's pushing too much, he's doing too much. But also whenever he's gambling, he gets mad at somebody. Whenever he loses, he doesn't talk to them, things like that. It's because he expects such greatness out of himself that whenever he doesn't get that greatness, he punishes himself. And so he gauges himself off of that pain and pleasure type of thing. Whenever he wins, he gets pleasure, and so he moves towards winning even more. But whenever he loses, he feels that pain, and so he negates himself in that way, so he drives himself towards pleasure. And that right there is faith and action working together to fulfill purpose. And that's why he became great, because he used faith and action to push him towards greatness. On the other end of the spectrum, I'll take somebody just like somebody who's working a 9-to-5 but doesn't really fit into that mold. He hates his job, he hates his life, etc., etc. So every time so I relate that to somebody who hates his job, his 9-to-5. He's 40 years old, he hates his life, he hates his wife, etc., etc. He doesn't want to be in that mode anymore. Feel me? And that's not everybody, but it's pretty often. You see it pretty often. And that is a lack of action within his faith and within his purpose. You feel me? That's why he feels all that suffering, because he feels like he could be better, but he doesn't match his actions within that. And that's where suffering comes in. Suffering is a product of purpose not matching with action. And so within that, you get angry because, as Jordan, you've seen, he loses, and that's why he feels the pain. Whenever you lose consistently, you feel that pain, and that pain turns into suffering. And all of that could have been avoided by just better habits. You see, let's take it for example. Let's take him for example. Let's go through the line, the man who hates his life. Okay, so he gets out of high school, he goes to college just because everybody else is going to college. But he likes art, he likes things like that. He has a higher calling in art. But he negates that within himself, and he just goes to college, just does that. Okay, that's number one. He's negating his purpose already right there, strengthening his identity within comfort. Okay, he gets out of that. He goes and he finds his job. Well, he likes art. Why doesn't he pursue a job within that? Nope, he goes and works at Fidelity or something. You know what I'm saying? Go be an investment banker. Okay, well, there's number two. He strengthened that identity even more. Now it's even harder to get out of that. Okay, then he goes within that even more, pushes further, finds a wife, finds kids. So now he wants to live comfortably with his kids, with his wife, get them a house, etc., etc. Gets a new promotion through his job. And all of that, him staying there the whole time is just strengthening that. Every day he wakes up, he goes to that job. It's him saying, I'm not the man of art, I'm the man of investment banking. You see? And so whenever his habits don't align with his purpose, now he feels suffering because he's lost within his purpose. He's not fulfilling that. He's not taking action. And so that shows you that faith without action negates purpose. But faith with action, that's a push towards purpose. That is faith. That is what faith is. That's purpose.